Hey everyone, your favorite West Coast Zangief, Vodka Gobalski here, with a new video on how to perform one of the coolest moves in the Street Fighter franchise. That's right, I'm talking about the spinning pile driver, or SPD for short. I recently saw a video on YouTube where the person was commenting on how motion control in fighting games were a bad design and should go away. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of why I think that is not true. 4A Gaming has already created an excellent video on why complicated execution in fighting games are necessary, and why dumbing down execution in those games won't necessarily bring more people to those games. I'll leave a link to both of those videos below. However, the comment about how motion control are a bad design led me to think about why some people would shy away from certain characters because of the difficulties of their special moves. And that is what this video is about. I remember when I was a kid when Street Fighter 2 first came out, everyone wanted to use Ryu and Ken and Guile maybe. And everyone wanted to throw the Hadouken, wanted to throw Sonic Booms. And their special moves were relatively easy to understand, quarter circle forward or charge moves. Even the Tatsumaki, the Hurricane Kick, we had some issues trying to learn that because initially we were trying to do it as a Hadouken motion with a quarter circle forward, but it was actually a quarter circle in the reverse direction and our brains just couldn't get around it. It took us a couple of days to figure that out. Eventually we got it. And then even the Shoryuken, it took some practice, but we were able to learn those. And when we did that, a whole new world opened up to us. But there was one move that nobody seemed to be able to pull off. That's right, it was a spinning pile driver. And guess what? Nobody wanted to use Zangief because of that. He was slow, he didn't have a fireball, and his most powerful move, nobody seemed to be able to do. Well, I'm here to show you today that the spinning pile driver isn't as daunting to perform as you might have thought. Once you've mastered it, you may even find Zangief to be the most fun character of the entire roster. Heck, you may even convert to a grappler main. The tips in this video on how to perform the 360 motion will apply to all Street Fighter games, but I'll be focusing mainly on Street Fighter 2. Because if you can do this SPD in Street Fighter 2, then you'll be able to perform it in any subsequent Street Fighter games, because the execution window in Street Fighter 2 is a lot stricter than in the subsequent games. Part of the reason why nobody could do the move was because of the instructions out there. We've all seen this figure, right? So as a kid, when we saw that, we just couldn't understand what that really meant and how you could perform a circle without jumping. So to perform it, everybody would just jump everywhere and try to mash out all the directions in the circle over and over again until the move would come out. Now this was before the internet days, so we didn't have any videos to show us how to do the moves. If we had a friend that knew how to do it, then he would teach it to us, but at that point, nobody knew how to do it, so then nobody was able to do it, and we all gave up, including me. Until one day, I realized that I was able to do the half circle motion, like the Yoga Flame motion, with no problems. So I just did that motion, and I thought, what if I ended that motion with the up button and the punch button at the same time? So I tried it, and to my surprise, I was able to do the SPD without leaving the ground. Now here's the secret. The reason why it worked is because to perform the SPD, you only need to hit the 4 cardinal directions in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion. You don't need to do the full circle, and you only need to do a 270 instead of a full 360, like this. And you can even start from any direction that you like, even up. To perform the SPD without jumping, you'll have to time the last input of up with the punch button. Zangief would not leave the ground if you've done it right. This is because Street Fighter has a thing called pre-jump frames, and when you are hitting the punch button during the pre-jump frames, you can cancel those frames into a special move, in this case, Zangief's spinning pile driver. Now armed with this knowledge, you can start grabbing your opponents from amazing distances. It feels great punishing your opponents by spinning them right into the pavement. Now I can start covering some more advanced techniques for a spinning pile driver in another later video, but in the meantime, keep practicing, keep those Russian skies protected, Red Cyclone style. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.